Listen, after the door blew off this mid-flight in this Alaskan Airlines flight, do you remember that? You responded to a post claiming that the average HBCU grad was less intelligent than the average airline pilot, and stated that it will take an airplane crashing and killing hundreds of people for them to change this crazy policy of DIE. I don't know if did you misspell it on purpose, which it should be DEI. Do you believe that women and minority pilots are inherently less intelligent and less skilled than white male pilots?
No, I'm just saying that we should not lower the standards for them.
Okay. But there's no evidence that standards are being lowered when it comes to the airline industry.
You've repeatedly said that there's no evidence that standards are being lowered, and watch the replies showing all the evidence that it is.
Replies, though, on social media or on Twitter are not necessarily fact and evidence.
No,
that's people's
They will
opinion.
cite all the reply,
We'll see.
in the replies to this. You will see how often the information is cited, showing that indeed there are significant cases where standards are lowered.
And I do hope that happens. I do hope that happens, and I look forward to it. And as you said, if you're wrong, then you're wrong, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm glad we're having this conversation, debating. This is what we should be doing, debating the issue. So if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and then they'll be proven in the thing, and you as well. But I just want to tell you that pilot that you talked about, in fact, was a woman pilot, landed the plane safely despite the major malfunction with the equipment. Boeing has taken responsibility for that incident, saying that it was caused by a faulty door panel. So I'm not sure what that had to do with lowering the standards for pilots when it was a faulty.
No, it's not lowering standards for pilots. It's the incentive structure. I believe at Boeing changed to include DEI as a fundamental executive incentive. But in my view, it should be purely about passenger safety.
Okay, but do you understand how by saying just that standards are being lowered, that you're implying that they're being lowered because people are less skilled and less intelligent, and you're talking about people of color and or women?
Look, I'm saying we should not lower standards.
But you don't?
That's it.
I think everyone can agree that you shouldn't lower standards.
Right.
But you're implying that they're lowering standards because of people of color or women, because someone is not a white male. You're saying that they're less skilled and less intelligent. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying that they are.
Then why would they be lowering the standards?
I don't know. Why are they lowering the standards?
Just so you know, 5% of pilots are female, 4% are black. So you're talking about this widespread takeover of minorities and women when that's not actually true.
I'm not saying there's a widespread takeover.
Well, you're saying that the standards are being lowered because of certain people. And you don't believe in DEI, right? Do you not believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion?
I think we should be treat people according to their skills and their integrity, and that's it.
Do you know that studies show? Yeah. Well, we can look them up. So your reaction to studies show, and understand, right? Because I always like to point to an exact study, right?
Sure.
Something that is factual. It's the same thing when you talk about, well, let's see what the replies are on Twitter or on X.
Yeah, so
I feel the same. I feel the same way about that. But this is what studies have shown, and people will reply and they'll say that companies with more diversity and their leadership teams have reported higher innovation rates than those with lower diversity or low diversity. And they're better companies, and they make more money. This whole idea about DEI, if you go woke or whatever, you go broke, that's not necessarily true. People with diverse leadership teams and diverse workers make more money and more innovative.
Like I said, my view is that the only basis for promoting somebody should be their skills, talents, and their integrity. And
welcome back, villagers, to another episode of Hugh Tran, the Insurance Man. After watching that first clip of that interview between Don Lemon and Elon Musk, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section, because I want to create a conversation where if you favor Don Lemon and what he did, or how did you react to Elon Musk answering Don Lemon interview? I'll share with you how I feel, and then after that, I'll bring facts like every video, and you let me know, because we're here to create conversations. Even if you disagree with me, even if you have TDS or whatever it is that you have, I want to hear what you have to say. Conversations will connect people together. Social media, legacy media, West propaganda, they've been dividing us since COVID. But it's time to have a conversation so that way we can understand our differences, come together as a village, and grow for a better tomorrow. So that video, it really bothers me because it's a gotcha interview. If you watch my previous Don Lemon video, I mentioned that how horrible Don Lemon is. And my mother taught me a very valuable lesson growing up. She told me that the only time you look down on somebody is if you have the intention to help them up. The only time you look down on somebody is if you have the intention to help them stand up. That's the same lesson I teach my son. And that will be a part of our family lessons for the rest of our lives. But when I watched that interview, Don Lemon is the type of person that will stun you, stomp on you, throw a chair at you, do many bad things to you before he helps you stand up. His smirk, I do not like. His questions are not the kind of question to help you understand the situation. His questions come very off. It's not honest journalism. It's not honest news. And I hate to use the term fake news all the time, but that is the definition of fake news. You try to paint a picture, a narrative to help your audience see Elon Musk as a bad guy. Elon Musk is here to help humanity based on facts over feelings. The thing that really bothered me in that first video is Elon Musk talk about DEI. And he stated that when it comes to hiring, you should keep it simple: skill, talent, and integrity. But Don Lemon twisted it. He said, "Oh, Elon Musk, do you believe black pilots are bad? Female pilots are bad?" It's all gotcha. Because after this interview, it would be his last interview with any famous people. I can promise you that, because they can see, if you're a sane person, you watch this interview, you will see that Don Lemon is a piece of poo-poo. He is. Horrible interview, and if it wasn't for Elon Musk, no one would have watched it. I promise you that. So he brought up DEI. Let's talk about DEI, and then I'll share with you some facts that I found, and let me know in the comment section what you think, because I'm trying to have a conversation. So DEI, what is that? DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's a framework that aims to create a fair and inclusive environment in various settings like school, your work, or your communities. It's pretty much just saying like, hey, we need to focus on and recognizing and respecting the differences among individuals, and promoting equal opportunities for everybody. It sounds really good, but okay, calm down before you stop watching this video. Let me simplify it for you, so even a fourth grader could understand. So DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is saying that we welcome everyone. There's no judgment. Everyone has the same opportunity. It doesn't matter where or where you come from or who you are. Let's say a team. If you playing on a sport team, everyone get to play regardless of like who you are, your identity, sex, religion, sex orientation. None of that matter. You get a chance to play on the field, even if you suck at playing it. That's what Elon was saying. Like, hey, why don't we hire people based on their skill set, their talent, and their integrity? Why do you have to fill up a stat sheet? If this person is not qualified to work here, we don't hire them. That's not what DEI is saying. the Soros family are trying to push this on America. And, Elon stated that, hey, will people wake up? What, you want an airplane to fall from the sky and kill hundreds of people before people wake up? That's Elon example. And what did Don Lemon do? He took it and run with it. Do you believe black, female, segregation, all that stuff? Do you believe, Elon? Do you believe? Do you believe? He's trying to set Elon up as a gotcha. And that's not cool. Because that's fake news. I use it again. I'm sorry. But that's the person Don Lemon is. He's the type that look down on people, will stun people, throw a chair at people, and he will not help the people he looked down stand up. That's what I saw when I watched that clip. But unfortunately, I have to watch the whole video, the whole interview, simply because I want to hear what Elon Musk has to say. And before we jump to the next video reaction, I want to share with you with this piece. It's ridiculous demand from Don Lemon if Elon Musk want him to work for him on X. The demand list. Let me put on my glasses because this list is ridiculous, but not according to Don Lemon. But let me put on my glasses. Never mind, I don't need my glasses. Number 1, I want a Cybertruck. Number 2, I want $8 million in salary, $5 million in advance, upfront money. And on top of that, I want equity in X, meaning more money. And then the power to change, with the power to approve X policy changes, like he want to be the shot caller kind of thing. And then a private jet to Las Vegas, for what reason, I don't know. And he want a suite for him and his fiance. And last but not least, I wanted to host the first podcast in space via SpaceX one day. AKA, I want a free ticket to space, and you have to follow all these demands, or else I'm gonna release this gotcha interview to the whole world. Let me know. I really want to know in the comment section, what do you think about this demand letter from Don Lemon? It's outrageous. And now I see why Elon Musk will not ever deal with Don Lemon again. Any sane person would not go back to this horrible Don Lemon person. His intention is not to help you stand up. Let's take a look at this second video. It's a long one, but bear with me because it's going to be worth it. Take a look.
You recently called content moderation, though, a digital chastity belt. Do you think that you believe that X and you have some responsibility to moderate hate speech on the platform?
I think we have a responsibility to adhere to the law, and we have a responsibility to be transparent about when things are shown, why they're shown. That's why we open source our algorithm. I think once you start going beyond the law, now you're putting a thumb on the scale, and we don't want to put our thumb on the scale.
It doesn't concern you that hate speech has gone. Research shows that it's gone up on the platform since you took over. That's not concerning to you?
I believe that is false. In fact, the research that I've seen says it went down.
The study from the Institute of Strategic Dialogue found that anti-Semitic tweets doubled from June 22 to February 2023. One study reported that as many as 86% of the posts reported for hateful content remained up after being reported. Hate speech on the platform is up.
So what they will typically do is they will count the number of posts, but not count the number of views. So what matters is, was that post given high visibility, or what did like one person see it? And if you look at the number of views of how many times was hate content viewed on our platform, it is down substantially.
Yeah. Well, that's not what the study shows. And you said you like transparency. I'm going to show you this. And
Don, you can get a study that will tell you whatever you want.
But these are just a handful of extremely. You look at those anti-Semitic and racist tropes and tweets, and as of this morning, they're still on X. And from your own content policy, these posts should have been deleted. So why haven't they been deleted? Why are they still there? Did you?
We delete things if they are illegal.
But these have been up there for a while.
Are they illegal?
they're not illegal, but they're hateful, and they can lead to violence. As I just read to you, the shooters, in all of these mass shootings, attributed social media to radicalizing.
So
them.
Don, you love censorship, is what you're saying.
No, I don't love censorship.
Then why are you asking?
I believe in moderation, but I don't believe in
Censorship moderation is a propaganda word for censorship.
But don't you think free speech is one thing, right? Or not,
Look, if
not
something's
censorship.
illegal, we're going to take it down. If it's not illegal, then we're putting our thumb on the scale and we're being censors.
You're putting your thumb on the scale for moderating hate speech. I mean, you don't put out child pornography. That's not...
It's illegal.
Some people would say that's considered censorship. I'm just saying,
No, I literally, Don, I literally said, if something is legal, okay, we will obviously remove it.
Okay.
But if it is not legal, the laws in this country are put forward by the citizens. We're a democracy. If those laws are put in place by the people, we adhere to those laws.
Okay, I
we adhere to the
agree.
laws of others. If you go beyond the law, you're actually going beyond the will of the people.
Okay, agreed with the law. But if you are doing something that promotes hate and violence and ultimately leads to killing, you don't feel you have any responsibility not to do that? When the people who are doing it admittedly are saying...
There's articles all the time that lead to violence and killing. Don't they? Shouldn't they? Like, you're applying a differential standard to...
But that would never be in mainstream media. These types of images, that type of language, those things would never be... when I was in mainstream media, we'd never promote things that would be anti-Semitic. We would never promote things that would...
anti-Semitic either.
Did you not see those?
You said promote. If content is on the platform, that doesn't mean we promote it.
But that wouldn't be on a platform for mainstream media at all.
No, but you can think of that. That's because the mainstream media has like, whatever, 20 articles a day. We have 500 million posts a day.
Okay,
500
understood.
million.
Does it bother you? How do you feel about that when you see it?
I obviously disagree with that. I think it's not good at all. It's terrible.
But you don't want to get rid of it on the platform, or at least moderate it.
The rules. What you're suggesting is censorship that goes beyond the law. And what I'm saying is that we, I guess, have a disagreement, because I do not believe in censorship that goes beyond the law, and you do. We have a difference of opinion in that regard.
I understand that, but these are your own rules on your own platform. These go against the rules on your platform. That's why I'm asking you. If you said, listen, we allow everything, but that's not what your content rules say, and that's why I'm asking you, why are they still there? Your own content policy. That's why I'm asking you that. Not because...
Which part of our content policy says that we should delete these things?
Your content policy talks about hate speech.
Yes, we don't promote hate speech.
And so you don't consider that hate speech?
I guess you're not understanding what I'm saying. There's if there's you can find, like, you can sign up right now and do 100 things that are hateful, but if nobody reads it, it doesn't matter. So you can think of X as being, it's much like the internet. It's not some tiny publication with like 20 articles a day. It's 500 million.
But everyone has the opportunity to read it, Elon.
Everyone has the opportunity to read the internet. Are you suggesting we should shut down the internet?
No, but you don't own the internet. I'm asking you about you and your responsibility on your platform. And so I see how you feel now. You don't agree. We don't agree on this.
Yes, you want censorship and I don't.
No, I don't want censorship at all.
Yes, you do.
No, I want responsibility. I think there...
You desperately want censorship.
No, if I want a censorship...
You want censorship so bad you can taste it.
No, that's not true. It's not true. I think that there's right and wrong. And I think that,
you want censorship.
and I think that when you have a platform that's as big as yours and as powerful as yours and as influential as yours, and you are a person of consequence to the world with what you do, that there is a certain responsibility that goes along with what you have on your platform and what you put out to the world. And I think that's important. You don't see that responsibility?
I think we have a responsibility to adhere to the law. And if people want the law changed, they should talk to their elected representative and get the law changed, and then we will adhere to the law.
Okay.
But if you want us to go beyond the law, that is us deciding to be censors.
So
And I'm against censorship. I'm in favor of freedom of speech.
The gotcha interview. To be honest, Don Lemon got what he wanted. Gotcha, Elon. Gotcha. But the whole world will see Don Lemon for who he really is. He still loves CNN, even if CNN kicked him out, fired him, treat him like poo-poo, and he still run back to them, say, I got Elon for us. I got Elon. And he went onto The Views. He went onto CNN and said, hey, this is what he said. Elon believed this. Elon believed that. If you watch the interview, you can clearly see Elon was being Elon. Kept it 100. And every single sentence, every single questions, Don Lemon have the audacity to say, do you believe in hate speech? Do you believe in this? And that last clip is censorship versus moderate. Like you're a moderator. He want Elon to be a moderator because he asked, do you believe in hate speech? How you feel, Elon? How you feel? Let's look at what we can do as a nation instead of asking people how they feel and make everyone weak. How about that, Don Lemon? So you saw that clip, and then what bothered me so much is those gotcha. It's insanity. It's insane. How can a person be so ignorant about what's going on? Oh, I know why. Because spewing disinformation for a living is who Don Lemon is. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of Don Lemon. But that's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, fix me, correct me, comment, and let me know. Conversation is how we create a better society. And back to that, Elon Musk was he was pretty much, so over it. But because he promised, hey, I'll sit down and we'll do this interview. And he said, Don Lemon, you love censorship. Of course, Don Lemon is not going to admit it. He said, "Oh no, I'm not about that. I want you to check your people. I want you to check your audience. I want you to check the people because Elon, you have a large following. You have a platform that have billions of people on it, and you should be the one to check everybody, even if there's 500 million posts a day versus." What his views is about 20, 30 views, maybe less. But he refused to listen to understand. He listened to reply, and that's the headache about our country right now. We love to listen to reply instead of listen to understand. Elon must explain everything, explain his reason. But Don Lemon is a rock. In one ear, out the other, and reply, but you believe in hate speech. You believe it's all bullshit. That's what Don Lemon wants to do. A gotcha interview, and he would not listen to any of Elon Musk's reasoning. Horrible poo-poo person. Again, this is my humble opinion. You can correct me, let me know what you think, because this is how we have a conversation. I could be wrong, and you could be wrong. But it all starts with a conversation, and that's how we can create a better tomorrow. Before I let you go, villagers, like always, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Most importantly, we have to take care of our health. I love you, villagers. Until next time.